Okay, this is the two kinds of inequalities are different in the way that we solve them, right? The absolute value greater than is different than the absolute value less than. Okay. So let's try to understand what we're looking at right here. Okay. We have an expression which is inside the absolute value and it has to be greater than 7, right? This is an expression. So if I look down a number line, here's 7, here's 0, here's -7. Our expression is somewhere to the right of 7 because it's greater than that, correct? However, if our expression equals a number which is less than -7, what happens when we take the absolute value? It flips the sign, and now it's greater than 7. So actually, we're okay as long as our expression is either somewhere to the right of 7 or if it's to the left of -7. Both of those areas will solve this. Okay? So we still have the same first step that we had when we solved equations. One is isolate. But the breaking down is a little bit different. Okay, now we're going to make two different inequalities. Okay, one of them will be that 2x minus 3 is greater than 7. That's this area here. The other one is that 2x minus 3 is less than -7. It's to the left of -7. I wrote that wrong, didn't I? Okay. Now, let's see what happens when I solve these and I put them on a number line. Right? If I add 3, I get 2x is greater than 10. So divide by 2, x is greater than 5. On this one, I add 3, 2x is less than -4. I divide by 2, x is less than -2. Okay, if I just graph those two different inequalities on the number line, then I have a -2 here, I have a 5 here. Right? X greater than 5 means open circle, shade to the right. X less than -2 is open circle, shade to the left. Okay, now, is there any way for a point to be both to the left of -2 and greater than 5? There's never going to be any overlap when you do an absolute value greater than. What it means, as Peter was saying before, is that this is actually a compound inequality. And the word that ties them together is or. So it just has to be that one part or the other is true. So your solution is actually, this part of the number line and this part of the number line, and what's in between is not in the solution set. Okay. There's a heck of a lot of problems on the SOL where you have to recognize the graph. They say, which is the graph for this absolute value inequality? And it's a greater than, but they don't all have that shape. Maybe only 2 of them have the right shape. So you can get rid of 2 of the answers because you know it has to look like this. There's no options, right? It has to look like this.